Family, and welcome to Clarities. We are at Clarities today, and we are with Christy.
Hi guys!
She's co-owner of Clarities, which is amazing. I absolutely love this place, and we're talking about how to not get lost in this crazy, conjumbled world of ours.
Right, because let's face it, that sometimes living in this world, it's a little tough, right?
Yes.
It's a little heavy here on Earth.
Definitely, especially the energy. Yeah. And they just go crazy with the energy.
Now it says live.
Yeah, see, we reconnected, so
okay.
That big junk that we just did, that was just recorded so everyone can see it later.
Oh, so that everybody who's watching the replay can see it. So if you're watching live, say hi, or if you're watching the replay, say hi.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And if you are watching the replay, I'm sorry about that little mix-up we just had. We're having
we don't know how to technology, so if anyone wants to volunteer to be an intern to teach us technology,
just to teach us.
We accept because we could use it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So back to our subject. So we are talking about how to not get caught up in the craziness of everyday life and how spirit actually works with that and how we all connect with it. So, like, how do you actually, like, have you noticed in the physical world when you are, because I tell my clients all the time, they're like, I want signs, I want this, I want that, and you probably hear that a lot too.
Totally.
And I'm just like, first of all, don't look for it. You don't want to look for signs all the time. You want them just to smack in the face and say, this is where I'm at, this is the sign. You want to have that feeling of it. Do you understand what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then I tell them all the time too is that the third eye gets, when it's just clogged by everyday reality type situations, like you're stressed out about everything, you don't really get to see what they're actually throwing in front of you, what spirit's trying to throw in front of you.
Right,
yeah.
Right, exactly. And it's not like you're not in the right vibration for that to come into your experience. Hi, Dawn, your mom's watching.
Oh, awesome.
And so you're not in the right vibration or a high enough vibration sometimes to connect with that stuff. And I don't know about you guys, but I find sometimes with my guides too, if I'm trying to tell them what to do or I'm trying to control the situation, I don't do that very often, but sometimes I do. They'll make me wait a little bit on the signs.
Definitely, yes. Like
They'll give it to me like the day after I demanded it to happen.
Like I don't understand like how many. I mean, it gets crazy. It's my spirit guide because like I'm literally she'll tell me to do something or like say this is where you're going and this is how things are going to work out. You know, just listen to me. And I'm just like, no, we're not doing that. And we get like these. We literally headbutt sometimes.
Yeah.
Like with my own spirit guide, we headbutt. So it's just like human interaction, but with spirit.
I feel like sometimes they're like, oh, these humans are like, yeah.
I know, right?
Over us, slapping their foreheads.
That Facebook post of your guardian angel like this and everything, oh God. Yeah.
Exactly. And so it doesn't always go so well to just kind of demand these things in your life or to expect it. You really, I think it's most important to kind of just flow with it. And so that's like, to me, one of the most important concepts here for navigating this heavy, heavy place is to flow with what's showing up for you, because if you don't learn how to flow, you're really going to have a hard time, because like we have these expectations of it needs to go this way or this is the way that it should go. But how many times in your life have you wanted for things to go one way and then later on when they didn't go that way, you understood the why of that?
Oh, definitely.
We don't have that same perspective that our guides have, that our angels have, that God has. And so for us to kind of imagine or command that in our lives, we have to understand that there are forces beyond us that are actually trying to do what's best for us.
Yes. Yup. And I always tell people too is with the whole control situation, because people like to have that control.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that like to have the control. This is my life. I want this. I want that. And I tell them all the time, you need to let that energy flow and understand. Like I tell them, like think of it as a river flowing. And then this is how your life's supposed to turn out, or a situation's supposed to turn out. And when you're trying to control that, you're grabbing and ripping at that river that it's like going everywhere and making a whole mess, and it's not coming out the way you want it or anything else was planned because you're trying to control the situation.
Right.
And that's where the craziness comes in, is because you're just making it more crazy and more hectic. Just sit down and just relax and just let it happen.
Yeah, like get yourself a canoe.
Yes.
Jump in the river and go with the current. Don't try to like paddle against the current, because
definitely don't do that.
That's not going to work unless you're in really, really good shape, but then you're still going to be really tired.
No.
Just flow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, flow is the best thing in the world. I mean, probably the main thing that us as psychic mediums connect with is flowing of energy. We always have to feel that flow of energy and stuff. And even though, because people think all the time, and they probably say this to you too, oh my God, you guys are psychic mediums. You guys have everything. Like, it just all flows into place. It's all happy and wonderful. And you're sitting there like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know, like, our life isn't full of unicorns and fairies all the time. You know, we try making it like that. We want our lives to be like that. We want to be happy all the time. And we do understand from a different point of view from spirit how to say, this isn't right, I have to change this, or this isn't right, I have to change this.
Right. It does help to enlighten you a bit as to like where to go and what to do next.
Definitely. Yeah. And then when you're sitting there with like our human emotions, we can get caught up in those. But there's times where, like we talked about before, how to get out of those kind of like, get the high vibrations again.
Yeah.
Dance around your house, you know, just jam on some music and get some high vibrations going, you know, have that energy flow and kind of not take control of those, because that's where it's all coming from.
And we're still doing our work, right? Even though we're psychic mediums, we still have work to do. We still have missions, and I don't know about you, but I feel like sometimes lots of work to do.
Yes.
And so like we're trying to navigate that, but I think too, like part of us has an understanding that work is for a purpose.
No, definitely.
And I think when you have an understanding of that you're working towards something, that you're working on leveling yourself up in life to move on to the next level, to release old patterns, to do something better, to grow your soul, to move on to the next level with your soul when you cross, it feels really different than, oh my gosh, why do all these challenges just show up for me over and over and over again? Well, if something shows up for you over and over and over again, it's probably because you have to approach it differently.
Yes.
Because it's time to release that pattern, and the universe is actually giving you the opportunity to do it.
Definitely. And then I tell people too all the time is, all of our life is a part of a lesson. It's all one big lesson with little lessons in between. And, you know, it might be a good topic for us to talk about next time is the charts, our blueprints.
Yes.
I mean, that, because a lot of people don't understand that. And we have a blueprint. We have these charts to go on and different directions to go on to learn those different things that we as souls decided we want to learn. So this is your fault. So, you know, this is literally your fault. You're going through all this stuff.
So you want to curse someone out, curse out your higher self.
Yes, because you actually wanted to learn all this. You actually pushed yourself to go through this. And, you know, you wrote this all down in your blueprints. From birth to death, you have your expiration date. Your soul knows everything. Your human body doesn't. So it is your fault that you're going through this. Like, and I tell myself that all the time. Like, something happens, I'm just like, Christopher, why'd you write this? Why did you put this in
Why
here?
did you put that in? But when you're over there and you're just completely in the light and you're making this decision, it's kind of like, maybe I'll try that. That'll grow my soul a lot.
Yeah,
let's do that.
Because you only have two emotions over there, unconditional and pure happiness. You don't know what you're going through with
So it's
anxiety
really
and
easy.
stress and, you know, so you're just like, oh, that's cool. Let's just write this in, you know. Let's have fun with this.
Yeah.
I can handle this, and then you can't really in the physical world. You hit it, and you're just like, oh, God, I can't, turn back. But obviously, and people tell me all the time, too, is like, the God thing. So, I believe in God, you know, I do pray to God, and, you know, I believe that all religions are based on the same thing, a high power and greater good, so on and so forth. I hear people all the time blame God. And they're like, I don't know why God would take this person. I don't know why would God would do this to me. I don't know why God would make my life so crazy and hectic. But it's not God's fault. It's our higher self. And people don't understand where that comes from. The contract or the blueprint that we wrote is a contract to God.
Right.
And we wrote that, so he's like, okay, are you sure you want to do this? And you're like, oh yeah, let's do this. Let's throw us in here.
Yeah.
You know, and then we just come down here and just kind of learn from that experience and stuff. And that's where people feel like they're just having all this negative energy and negative vibes. And that our spirit guides are here to kind of help us mingle through that chart and stuff, but we lose ourselves in the craziness. from what we wrote.
Exactly. I always like to compare it to, like, it's kind of like when you sign up for college courses, you choose these things and you understand that some classes are going to be harder than others, but there's not that same emotion to it. It's like, oh, that looks interesting. Oh, I'd like to learn that, and those kind of things. And then our spirit guides are kind of like our advisors, our college advisors, you know?
Definitely.
Yeah, to here to help us to best navigate that schedule that we have signed up for.
Yeah. You never really know what you get into. You just throw yourself in the ring pretty much.
Let's see, we've got some comments. Oh, that's my aunt. Hi, Susie. I don't remember signing up for some of this shit. Yeah.
I don't either.
Same.
I don't either. Our soul does. Our soul remembers to sign up for half of it, but we don't. It's just, we just put ourselves in here.
Exactly.
You know?
And so the other part of that is like, so we have our soul, and our soul is like cool with all the stuff that we're doing, right? But the human part of us is like, well, I don't know how I'm going to handle this, and I'm really overwhelmed, and what do I do? And I think a huge key to this, too, is balance.
Definitely.
So doing things to balance out those times. So if you're going through a more stressful time, you really need to give more focus and attention to your balance, to self-care, to doing all those things that work for you, that help you to be a better version of you.
Definitely. So pretty much like when you have those negative situations, you have like a shitload of shit over here that's weighing you down, you need to throw some positive things in there to kind of even it all out.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, balancing the scale.
Yeah.
You know, so if I'm going through a really stressful time, you're going to find me in the woods a lot more than if I wasn't, because I love to go hiking. It just helps me to release all of that energy. It helps me to feel connected to God, to my guides. It helps me to get more messages that I need, and I just feel better when I feel balanced, you know, so that's a huge one for me.
Yeah, you can always find me like in water.
When
I have like panic attacks, or like whenever I go into like an irritated mode, I automatically get in the shower.
Yeah.
I don't care if I already took like 4 showers a day, I will get in a shower.
Yeah.
And it's just like, that's where I calm down. It's just water for me. I just love water.
And I feel like that's true for a lot of people. A lot of people have like their key element that they most connect with, that they use. So water, and for me that's earth. And then like for some people, they just like to get in the car and drive, and I feel like that's more like the air. Especially if you like roll down the windows, or you're out on a boat, or you're just letting the breeze flow, or whatever. So it's like sometimes just reconnecting with the elements is so balancing.
Yeah, especially like with people that like take old notes from relationships and they go and catch them on fire. There's your other element, you know what I mean? There's your fire.
Yeah.
So, I mean, don't catch houses on fire or anything, but
don't burn your house down trying to balance yourself. That's not a good plan.
Yeah. How would you feel like is the most, let's say, so when you get caught up in your craziness, what's your popular emotion you go through? Like, would you go through stress more or sadness? What would you feel
I mean,
more?
I'm most prone to like anxiety, so it's everything connected to that. I get like all keyed up and I'm tense, and I have sometimes panic attacks if I get into a really bad spot, and just an anxious mess is what it looks like for me. I'm worried, all of that stuff. How about for you?
I get like numb.
Numb.
Like what I do is it's not like it's not really an emotion. I think it's more of a stress type feeling. But what happens is when I go through so much, my body just gets like so shut down, and I'm just like, now what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I just go, what am I supposed to do now? And I just like go in this like numb position where I'm just like, okay, let me just keep going. I'm okay. Let's keep going. And then I even though it's still negative, I'm just like, let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. And it's just like wear and tear on my body, because it's like to me it's like a machine. So like I'm a machine, and then someone shoved a bar in between my gears. Yeah. And the gear's like grinding now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's where I freeze up, and I'm like grinding now because I'm still trying to go. So that bar is like the craziness of my life getting shoved in my gear, and it's like just grinding now because I'm still trying to go, burn myself out, and then finally I burn myself out, and then I'm like, okay, I need to recharge and get fixed up.
Yeah.
So
and so I would say for you guys, ask yourself that question. What's kind of your go-to response when the stress is high, when times are tough? What does that look like for you? Because I think when you can recognize that earlier and you can do some more things to balance it, you're going to be better off. I mean, how many times have you pushed yourself too far because you ignored that? And how many times have I really let the anxiety get way stronger than it should have been or could have been if I had just noticed earlier that, man, I just bit off all my nails.
Yes.
And if I recognize that sooner and balance myself a little bit more and take a little more time for me, I do better. So
Yes.
that's a big part of my plan, is just recognizing that and when I need it.
Definitely. And then back to like with your anxiety. Some people in this world, this crazy world, when they get lost in that anxiety, it tends to prone to stem to other emotions such as depression and
Yep.
that. And then they can't get out of that because they're stuck in a new one and they're stuck in that. And that's why a lot of people that come to us, they tend to feel like they sit there and they're just like, and you can tell by their energy, they're just completely drained. They don't know what they're doing. They're gray, you know, everything.
Yeah.
And you're just like, get out of it. It's your job to get out of that, not ours. We can give you the insight and stuff, which we love to do. But it's your job physically to say, you know what, you're right, I have to step out of this zone.
Yeah. Because nobody can save another person.
Yes.
And that's the truth.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We only can do what we can do as psychic mediums to help you. We're like the voice of your spirit guide you're not listening to. That's what it is. Like, we're just the voice of spirit trying to help you guys in tune more and kind of push your guys' self in a different way. And a lot of people do need that.
Yeah.
So
especially the messages that you get in readings and or just in your own messages, because everybody's connected to their guides and getting their messages. So anything that you get through with that, the more stuff that you can just follow through with, the stuff that really clicks for you and speaks to you, that's the stuff to follow. And just that will take you to the next level. That's how you can level up with things.
Definitely. And then we should do a video on. I'm getting some ideas now.
Yeah, now it's flowing.
We always go, oh, let's talk. What are we going to talk about today? We should talk about the chakras at some points too.
Yes.
Because that's another thing for flow. And the craziness in our lives is that when our chakras, we have 7 points of our chakra that goes down the center of our body. When each chakra or one chakra gets closed off, it can affect the other chakras. And those closing off is to do with the craziness of life. You know, so we all have those certain things because, you know, if your head is clogged, it closes your third eye chakra. You know, if you have some loving situations and grief, that closes your heart chakra. You know, all of that stuff. So there are bits and pieces that close off different things, and that doesn't allow that energy to flow.
Right. That's like disconnecting from the universal love that's available to us. And that really puts the human part of us in a really tough position. Definitely.
And I always tell people, too, is back to the river. I always tell people that so yourself is the riverbed, and your chakras are like the bumps in that river, and then you get flow of energy, which is the water from the universe going through you into the ground to kind of ground you and kind of feel that energy. And when you have those closes in each chakra, that's like blockages, like sticks and stuff that are blocking that water to not flow properly. So you're just getting like drips and drizzles going down the rest of your body, and it's not allowing you to feel that proper connection with your higher self.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely. It's like a negative beaver has built up a spiritual dam.
I love that. I love that. I love that. Okay, yes. Negative beaver.
Negative beaver.
Hashtag never beaver. I love that. Hashtag negative beaver.
No, that's the official hashtag for this video.
Yes. Yes. Hashtag yes.
Yes.
Do it up, you guys.
I think we have some comments. Let's see. My spirit guide has been on a break for the past 5 years.
Yeah.
So, do our spirit guides ever abandon us? What do you think?
What I've connected with my spirit guide, Anna, is that, so we have our primary spirit guides and then we have what I call babysitters. So like, I have my spirit guide with me all of the time. She's always around me. But usually when I sleep or when like I'm doing something that's not really necessary for her to be around half the time, they get to go on their side and enjoy themselves, go to museums for that, but they send somebody else to make sure we're not doing things.
Right.
So they send our babysitters that I call babysitters. So they do send somebody else over and say, hey, let's watch this. I've met 2 of them. One's a Native American, and his name's Chuck. He usually comes in when my gifts are actually developing into a stronger way. He'll show me a headdress.
So he's helping to like work on, because sometimes they come in and help us to work on specific skills that we're needing to develop too. So we'll have like temporary guides in that way.
Yeah, definitely. And then the other one is an Indian who really doesn't talk to me. I never really connected with him much. He just watches me.
He's like the strong, silent type.
Yeah, he's just the one that's like, okay, I'm here just to watch him. Anna, hurry up, he's crazy. That's what he's doing, you know. But you know, we do feel like our spirit guides aren't with us half the time because we don't connect with that. But they're throwing signs and symbols in our face all the time. So it's like you're sleeping and spirit's like trying to dump water all over you, and you're just not paying attention to that. Yeah. You know, they do send us signs and symbols. It's not that they're taking a long break. It's just that you're not understanding what they're trying to do or understanding where they're pushing you. And another thing that I've heard is one of my favorite quotes, spirit doesn't help those who don't help themselves. So your spirit guide isn't going to stand there and just give you everything. They're not going to say, here you go out and play, go do this. They're waiting for you to take that first step into something. They go, okay, now we have to jump in and do this.
Yes.
And then you take another step. Okay, now we have to jump in. So they're pretty much like, you're taking those steps and they're putting those rocks underneath you to ground you and kind of get you situated. So they're just helping you get that foundation while you're taking those steps.
Absolutely. But when we're kind of stuck and we're not maybe doing as much of our life's work as we could be, I do think they're kind of like sitting back a little bit and just kind of letting us navigate that until it's time for them to step in and do a little bit more stuff. So how you can start to connect more with that is just set that intention. Just say, geez, I would love to reconnect with you again. I'd love to do my work with you. I'd love to have you make me aware of your presence more often. And then your job is to pay attention. Watch for the signs and the symbols that are showing up. Really try to listen to those insights that are coming through and follow those, because when you're working with your guides, they get super excited and they give you more. And then it builds and you develop more of a relationship.
Oh, yeah.
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 And your angels never go. They're always like right there.
Oh, yeah,
right?
definitely.
But your guides is a little bit different in that way. And they never abandon us, but they certainly will kind of take a step back and wait until we're ready. Yeah,
and that's the, exactly how I always think how my spirit guide is. We have that free will too. We have that free will in the spiritual world, where when we have free will, you guys, that kind of makes us go, oh yeah, let's enjoy this. And that's what gets us more in trouble, which puts us in a crazy life situation. So your spirit guide's like, oh shit, you really just did that? You know what I mean? Like, I can't clean this up. How are you supposed to do that? You have to learn on your own now.
What did I sign up for?
Yes, exactly. So we do have that happening too. And, we have that free will where it's just like they're trying to push you and help you. But then we can go, oh no. They can go like, here's a green crayon. I want you to color the grass. And you're like, no, I want to draw a bird. And you're like, no, I want you to color the grass with the green. No, I want to draw a bird. We have that.
Yeah.
So we are still their children. That's how I feel too, is that we're all still their children.
Absolutely. I mean, it's still our call. We still have free will. That's part of the process. And I've also heard, like, people will say, well, why don't my guides just tell me what to do so I can live my best life? Well, they kind of are, but they do it in a subtle way because we have free will, because we're supposed to learn this stuff in some ways on our own. Like, if they just tell us what to do and we just blindly follow, we're not really learning a whole lot. So they give us like little bits.
Yeah, I literally, when you were just saying that, I literally thought like of an old Italian woman with her shoe in her hand and like yelling at you. You know what I mean? Like, no! So they don't do that. So you're shut up luck with that situation.
Well, that might be one of my guys.
I could see that. I could see them actually holding it saying, no! Oh, God.
Yeah.
The things we have to do.
So maybe we should see if before we wrap up, maybe see if we have any questions at all from you guys, and just see if there's anything else that we can answer.
Yeah.
Oh, who's your guest? I'm fairly new here. I'm the guest, right? We're on your page?
Oh, yeah. This is Christy Forsyth.
I'm Christy Forsyth. I'm with Clarity.
Yes, we do videos together every now and then. We're just trying to teach people in our own little way, and we love making videos together.
Yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, we're both psychic mediums. We love to just bring ourselves together and share the messages from Spirit.
Yes, what we learn.
What's this question? Do you travel the key lines? I'm relatively familiar with the key lines, but I don't give a lot of my attention and a focus to that. It's just not in my focus right now, or part of my purpose right now. I don't know about you.
I never really understood the key line.
I can feel it. I'm really aware of energy and where where an energy is really strong and where an energy is kind of That's part of why I'm here in Elmira, because I feel like there's a lot of energy here.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
That really can be transformed into some positive stuff. But so I feel the energy of locations and things like that, but it's not a huge focus. Well, it looks like you have a psychic party coming up. Krista's psychic parties.
Yes, I do. Yeah. I have one coming up. The 28th?
The 28th.
Oh my, I don't know. Probably. I don't schedule my stuff. Yeah, I don't schedule my stuff, so you're probably right. I do probably have one. I don't schedule my stuff. I have a receptionist that does that, and she doesn't tell me what I have until that week.
Oh, okay.
So, people don't understand that too, real quick. when my receptionist actually schedules people, she just gives me a piece of paper saying what time and how long they're gonna be. I purposely do that so I don't know. People think, oh God, you looked me up. I'm like, I don't know anything. I don't know boy, girl, and I don't know anything about them.
Right.
So,
which is really cool.
Yeah, so it'll be awesome since I'm going the 28th for a party. Yeah. That'll be fun.
Yay. Any other questions before?
Get the vacay off your minds. I'm excited.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't see any questions, so I think we're good to wrap up, but feel free to include those in the comments later. Make sure that if you're watching this on the replay that you hit us with a hashtag replay or
hashtag angry beaver or negative beaver.
What was it? Spiritual beaver?
I think it was like negative beaver or something.
It was.
Negative beaver. So it's hashtag negative beaver. Hashtag negative beaver.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to. Maybe
or just say hi.
Yeah, or even comment down your guys' experience with negativity that's going on in your life and see how you guys got out of it.
And your ideas. Yeah, we would love to hear those too. So thank you guys so much for watching today.
Yes, you guys are absolutely amazing. And remember, I'm Christopher Scott Stillson and I'm healing the world one spirit at a time. And this is Kirsty. And she's here too. So come on and see her at Clarity. And have fun, you guys.
Bye.